We will now start on item 6C. So please. Yes. Nous passons maintenant au point 6C, qui est le point sur le premier cycle des rapports périodiques, sur la mise en scène de la Convention et sur l'état actuel des éléments inscrits sur la liste représentative du patrimoine culturel immatériel de l'humanité, des États parties d'Amérique latine et des Caraïbes, cycle 2021, des États arabes, cycle 2023, et en Afrique, cycle 2024. Monsieur le secrétaire, vous avez la parole pour nous présenter ce point. Merci beaucoup.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. And good morning, everyone. Following the reform of periodic reporting, which was aligned to the overall results framework of the Convention, as you're all aware, a new submission calendar of reports has been established by the Committee at its 13th session, and this now occurs on a basis of regional rotation. And that is why this item appears to explain how, in fact, we are always working on multiple regions at the same time within this new cycle. According to this new calendar, Latin America and the Caribbean was the first region to implement the reformed exercise under 2021, followed by states parties in Europe, who submitted their reports for examination by the Committee at its present session, and which we did yesterday under the 2022 cycle. The regions to follow will be next the Arab states, Africa, and then Asia and the Pacific under 2023, 2024, and 2025 cycles respectively. As shown by the graph that is on the screen, periodic reporting is a four-phase process which takes place over a period of 4 years, and therefore this exercise is being implemented at the same time in 4 regions at a different phase for each region. So what are the news from Latin America and the Caribbean? Last year, at its 16th session, the Committee examined the reports submitted by states parties in Latin America and the Caribbean, as well as an analytical overview summarizing the main findings from these reports. We, however, continued the analysis with the research team established to prepare a full and complete analysis of the periodic reports from Latin America and the Caribbean, which is now presented as an input to the present session of the Committee. As I said under item 5, the Secretariat has also prepared a layout version of this report, which I hope you will find attractive and easy to read. And this version of the report, which is the full analysis of the summary overview we did last year, is presented to this session of the Committee as a revised document 6.c. I do not need to say much about the periodic reporting exercise in Europe because you have just examined their reports and an analytical overview under item 6b. Concerning the Arab states, they have all been working very hard this year, and under the 2023 cycle, thanks to a targeted capacity building approach, country focal points received training sessions with great collaboration from the Sharjah Institute for Heritage. These states are expected to submit their reports online by 15th of December of this year, and you will see the summary overview next year. For Africa, the periodic reporting exercise has just been launched, at least the capacity building for the periodic reporting under the 2024 cycle. We've started preparations for this capacity building, which are planned by UNESCO, and we have a generous offer to help work with the Category 2 Center in Algiers, Crespiaf. May I remind that we are looking for funding and support to do a full, proper capacity building approach in Africa, and next year would be a perfect year because we will be bringing together all the countries for the periodic reporting to go over issues such as nominations and trainings. So I launch here a call for those who are able and may be willing to fund our capacity building next year in Africa. Mr. Chairperson, allow me to end this presentation with a few small comments as ways forward. While it is a challenge to support 4 regions undertaking the periodic reporting exercise, we are learning lessons in this new periodic reporting that we are able to apply from one region to the next. The working documents include some of these key recommendations, particularly from the experience gained in Latin America and the Caribbean. The Secretariat is aware of the need to improve and refine the system. There are questions in the forms that need to be streamlined, and we realize there's over 100 questions, some of them requesting similar information. We will also deal with technical questions as quickly as possible. But at the same time, any structural solutions will need to be considered carefully as we move along in the reflection year following the full cycle. And finally, it's very important to recall that the outcome paper of the Mondiac meeting calls upon UNESCO to produce a comprehensive global report on cultural policies on a quadrennial basis. So it will be very important for the 2003 convention to start exploring and understanding how best we might need to adjust the process to make sure we are aligned with this overall comprehensive global reporting culture, so that the periodic reporting exercise in this convention can effectively contribute to that overall report. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Merci infiniment, Tim. Je voudrais féliciter tous les États parties et les autres parties prenantes impliquées dans cet exercice participatif fondamental pour le suivi de la mise en œuvre de notre convention. Remercions également le secrétariat qui, grâce à son soutien continu, a contribué à ces résultats. J'aimerais maintenant donner la parole s'il y a quelqu'un qui souhaite s'exprimer. Il y a le Pérou. La Slovaquie. La Tchéquie. Donc les demandes de prise de parole, il y aura le Pérou, suivi de la Slovaquie et puis de la République tchèque. Pérou, tiene la palabra.
Muchas gracias, señor presidente. Agradecer ante todo por el informe de la Secretaría y el acompañamiento que ha habido en este tema. Solamente nosotros queremos señalar que tomamos con mucho agrado el hecho de que la región de América Latina haya alcanzado un alto ratio de cumplimiento en la presentación de sus reportes, a pesar de las condiciones adversas causadas por la pandemia del COVID-19. También yo quisiera brevemente destacar aquí el rol de acompañamiento y apoyo que ha jugado el Centro Regional para la Salvaguardia del Patrimonio Cultural Inmaterial de América Latina, el CRESPIAL, por lo que, como lo hemos señalado anteriormente, es importante que sigamos impulsando y fortaleciendo la labor de este centro de categoría 2. Muchas gracias, señor presidente.
Merci beaucoup, le Pérou. La parole est à la Slovaquie.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, we would like to thank the LAC countries who were the brave hearts that had the difficult task of testing the new form of the reporting mechanism in its entire range. Thank you very much also for the shared lessons learned that we had the chance to discuss with the representatives of the LAC countries during the online course on periodical reporting organized by the Secretariat in 2021. The results of the exhausting analysis and the content of the corresponding report are very inspirational. The reporting countries offer loads of examples of investment in institutions, education, awareness raising, and the development of policy frameworks for safeguarding, particularly in respect to tangible heritage management, intellectual property, and many more. Although an important part is dedicated to the reporting on the elements inscribed in the representative list, the mentioned examples show that the representative list is just one of the tools for safeguarding the ICH, especially concerning the discussion on Article 18 initiated by Sweden that we very much welcome. We also look forward to the overall analysis of all cycles after all state parties to the Convention finish their periodical reports to see the development of the Convention 2003, as well as the colorful mosaic of the ICH safeguarding practices that will be created by all countries together. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup à la Slovaquie. La parole maintenant est à la République tchèque. Merci.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We would like to thank the Secretariat for further information on the ongoing phases of the cycles in the regions whose state parties have not submitted periodic reports since the last session. We also thank you for your key recommendations and appreciate the work of the team which prepared analysis of periodic reports from Latin America and the Caribbean, successful in terms of content and graphic design. We once more congratulate state parties for a fruitful first reformed cycle. We are satisfied that Africa 2023 cycle has already begun. I wonder whether we, together with the first 3 reporting regions, can share our experiences and support stakeholders in the African region so that this demanding exercise could be finished effectively and in time by as many state parties as possible. We wish the Arab region successful final work on their reports, timely submission, and an even higher percentage return than in Latin America, Caribbean, and Europe regions. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Merci beaucoup à la République tchèque. Je vais donner rapidement la parole à Tim pour répondre un peu à votre interrogation. Et puis, nous passerons à l'adoption de la décision. Tim, la parole est à toi.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, and I'd like to thank all the comments made and the question or the offer, I don't know if it's a question and offer from Czechia to engage also with the upcoming cycles of periodic reporting so that we build on lessons learned. I think that's a wonderful idea. In fact, we did have a brief exchange, as was mentioned by this delegation of Slovakia, between some of the focal points with Latin America and Europe so that they could pass on their experiences, since Latin America was the first, and then hopefully we do the same Europe and Arab states and everybody. We want to accumulate. We have a new reporting system. We're seeing very positive results, and we need to learn less. So any offers to accumulate and share lessons learned are, of course, extremely welcome, and we'll accommodate them. I reiterate, we also need money in order to run these capacity building workshops, and I call, please, for support, financial support. But certainly sharing of experiences and lessons learned from one region to another is an extremely positive approach, and we will welcome it. Please contact us. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Tim. Donc, passons maintenant à la décision. Veuillez vous référer au document 6.c et à son projet de décision. Voilà, il est déjà à l'écran, c'est très bien. Donc, si vous pouviez le faire défiler pour que l'ensemble des membres du comité puissent en prendre connaissance. Je pense qu'il est déjà sous leurs yeux, mais l'ensemble des États partis également. Et je demanderai au comité donc si on peut adopter cette décision 17.com 6.c telle qu'elle apparaît sur les écrans, ou bien vous souhaitez que nous procédions paragraphe par paragraphe. Il n'y a pas d'objection. Je pense que dans un souci de gain de temps, il serait bien de l'adopter en tant que dans sa globalité. Donc s'il n'y a pas d'objection, je considère la décision 17.com 6.c comme étant adoptée. Merci. Est-ce qu'il y a quelque... Pardon. Est-ce qu'il y a une demande de prise de parole des observateurs, peut-être? Il n'y en a pas. OK.